Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing really well. Today I would like to talk to you about a book I purchased a couple of years ago, I think 2 years ago, and I am ready to start using it. It's a Create book. So I don't know if you guys, most of you will probably know the Wreck This Journal series of books or the Create This book made by YouTuber Mariah Elizabeth. This is something like it, but it's a different one, and I haven't actually seen people talk about this one. Well, I'm sure someone's talking about it, but I haven't seen any videos about this. So yeah, it's called This Is Me, and it's an art journal workbook, and it's very, very colorful, as you might be able to see. And it has all these fun challenges in it that you're supposed to do and be creative. It's a write book, a draw book. You can stick things in it. You can do whatever you want with it because it's your book. So if you're creative, this is something fun to do because it's challenging, because the things that are in it are not so common. It's not something you would usually create around. There's a fly in here, so if you see my eyes going like this, I don't know how the fly got in here, but yeah, I probably left the window open or something. But what was I saying? Fly, you distracted me. Yeah, anyway, whether you're a creative person or not, this is something for everyone. It's just fun to do, and I thought I would show you before I start working in it, now that it's still blank, because once I start putting things in it, you won't be able to see what it was like. So yeah, I hope you find this interesting, and I will talk you through the entire book because it is in Dutch and I know most of you won't be able to understand what it says. Okay, after doing some more research, I discovered what's going on, and the book does exist in English, but it has a different title. It's called Art Doodle Love, which I'm very confused about because the title for the Dutch book is also in English. It's called This Is Me, so I don't know. If they wanted to make it a different title in Dutch, then why not choose a Dutch title? Yeah, I don't know. But so if you're looking for the book in English, it's called Art Doodle Love, and I will link the book in the description box below if you're interested in purchasing it. So this is what the cover looks like, and this is exactly what I was drawn to at the bookstore. I was just looking at other things and then I saw this and I was immediately intrigued because, as you know, I love all things colorful, so if I see something like that, I'm like, ooh, what's that? So I had to have it right away. And this is the back, also very pretty. It has some instructions on it, and it says it's a write, draw, and scrap book. The first page isn't very special. Then the second and the third page just says a diary or journal means yes indeed. And then the title, This Is Me. This is just where you're supposed to put your name, and you can already add some drawings or stickers or whatever you want to. This is just the contents table of the entire book, what's in it. Then we have the intro, what this book is all about, and then the next page is more intro, so I'm not gonna read all that on camera. This is just some of the materials you could use if you want to, but of course you can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter, just you're the boss. More of the materials you could potentially use that would be useful, and even more of the things you could do. This is where you write what you would like to achieve by doing this book, what the meaning is for you. Find your own style. This is just doodling, warming up, so you can sort of get it in your fingers and get used to writing and drawing in this book. Scribble anything at all onto these pages. Here you're supposed to draw what you see in these ink blobs. And I really like this page because although they could have made the ink blobs a little more interesting, but I do really like it because I'm the type of person who constantly sees figures in ceilings and floors and things like that, just like most people do with clouds, but I kind of have it with pretty much anything. So I think that's a good one for me. Flower power. Oh, you're supposed to turn these shapes into all sorts of flowers. Here you're supposed to make a doodle or a drawing in every box for the entire week. Get inspired by your surroundings, draw the shapes you see around you on these pages, and fill them in with stipples, circles, stripes, and other shapes. On this double page, they ask you to draw plants and flowers, and maybe trees. Just nature, basically. Go with the flow. Try to draw without thinking. Start from the blobs in the background and move on from there. Here you're supposed to make a collage with everyday things like candy wrappers and other fun materials, but you have to make something out of one color but all different shades of the color, so that would be fun. And if you're limited to one color, even though it's a lot of shades of one color, that would be challenging, especially to find interesting materials in that color. So, my life back then. Research who you were in the past, your feelings, your childhood, how you saw yourself. Okay, that's interesting. Free yourself from expectations, worries, and sources of stress. You're supposed to make a collage or draw or write things that you want to let go of from the past, and also write down some positive things. Nice. Interesting. That's a difficult one to draw, but interesting. My childhood home, I like this one. So you're supposed to write about what it was like living there, and then also make a drawing of it or a collage or just a picture if you are uninspired. But yeah, I think this one is very fun. This is more about your house, the floor plan of your house, what your bedroom was like, drawing it or writing about it, and yeah, and special notes or things about the surroundings of your house. This is about your siblings, your parents, best and worst moments in the house. Here you're supposed to do something about yourself when you were younger. So who you were, what you liked, what you were interested in. So you can fill those pages up with that. These pages are meant for things you never want to forget. The soundtrack of your life. Songs you liked as a teenager, songs you will always love, songs from your childhood. When I hear this song, I think about Oh Happy Day. Collage, draw, write about the moment you were the absolute happiest. The absolute happiest. That's difficult. I mean, not that I was never happy or anything. It's just to pick one moment and to then draw it out. It's very, very challenging. Laughing is healthy. Here you're supposed to write about something that happened in the past that made you laugh and talk about when it was, who it was with, why, what happened. Self-portrait, you're supposed to stick a picture of yourself here from 10 years or longer ago, and then you're supposed to draw yourself next to it the way you saw yourself, or a specific feature. Don't be afraid. Make a list of things you used to be scared of and draw it as well. Spiders. It's gonna be a page full of spiders. My life now. What lessons are you learning? What are you doing in your daily life? What are you noticing? And date it all. Heart and soul. What kind of things nurture your soul? What aspects of your life inspire you? What are your wishes and dreams? Write or draw a quote that you like. What do you need to fulfill your dreams? If you can dream it, you can also do it. This is how I feel about myself today. This is sort of like a checklist that says, big love, sort of happy, optimistic, I'm my worst enemy today, tortured, defiant, I can't do anything wrong, preachy, annoyed, blah blah, and so on and so on. Draw or make a collage of every other feeling you have about yourself today. In my head, 5 random words that pop into your head, and how do you feel about those words? And then on this page, it's 5 things that happened today, and how do these make you feel? And now stick a recent picture of yourself on this page and write or draw around it. Who are you now? What do you like? And what are your interests? You see how much work this book is going to be, but it does look like fun. Today, I believe in, I understand, I try, I dream of, I hope, I desire, I expect, I imagine, I strive. So write down your answers quickly and make some drawings to go with whatever you wrote. Describe me. Find a quote or quotes that you recognize yourself in. I like this page. It is like a post-it note for every day of the month, and you're supposed to write or draw something that you're grateful for. That's cute. This doesn't really have instructions of what you're supposed to draw, but it says that you're supposed to use a pen that is very well visible on this background. So, you know, a white or just some sort of light pen. So I think I'll just do doodling here. 5 things that make me happy. What is it time for? Whether it's a subtle change or something that turns your life upside down. What I learned today, why can't I? What is stopping you? Let your thoughts run freely and get out everything that's stopping you from fulfilling your dreams. I think I won't have a hard time filling up these pages because I let a lot of things hold me back, unfortunately. My colors. Use colors. Okay, on one page you're supposed to use colors that match you, that go well with you, and on the other page you're supposed to use colors that you wished would work for you. Huh. Okay. I kind of like all colors, but that's not the question. The question is what colors go well with you and which ones would you like to go with you. Some are really not that easy. What values would make you a better person? Write them down and draw them out. How are you supposed to draw out values? Challenging. That's why I like it, but that's also why I haven't gotten started, because some are like, how, what, huh? But yeah. That's a good thing though. It kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone. Nothing can bring you more peace than you. It doesn't really have instructions of anything you're supposed to do with this, but you could just draw whatever you want. This is just instructions for the next couple of pages. Wherever you are, look around, take a deep breath and write down, I smell, I see, I taste, I hear, I feel. Draw what you see or take a picture. What colors are around you and how do these colors make you feel? Mapping out a day. Where did you go today? Draw it on these pages. How do you feel after this day? What are the moments that you remember the best? What were the highlights? What were the low points? Where would you like to be? Where do you feel at your best? Oh, you're supposed to stick a picture of yourself on here and then draw a place around it where you would like to be. My happy place. Where do you go to escape everything? A face-filled week. So you have these boxes for every day of the week and you're supposed to draw a face every day, an expression on your own face or faces of people you meet. What would be your absolute favorite place to live in the entire world? I taste, I see, I feel, I smell, I hear. 5 senses. A drawing each day. So for every day of the week, you're supposed to fill one of these colored boxes with a drawing of what happened that day. These aren't instructions, it just has a quote on it. It says, it's about the journey, not about the destination. It's about the story, not about the ending. But again, you can draw or write or whatever you want on there. This is just the intro of the next chapter. Chapter 5. Okay, you're supposed to stick a picture of a person that's important to you here and how did he or she influence you. This is a checklist of what you're like. It says, I am, preferably alone, capable of being alone, but I also love my friends, or not complete until I have people around me. And then it says, you know, if you like to be around people, you should try going to the movies alone or something. If you like being alone, try going to a party where there's a lot of people. If you're in between, then test both situations and compare. Write, draw, and make a collage about the feeling that it gave you, about how it made you feel. The garden of my life. Imagine living in a garden full of plants and flowers that represent the people in your life. What are the plants and flowers you see? Draw them, write, and make a collage of them on these pages. That's fun. My heart desires. So here you can draw or write whatever it is you desire. Okay, here you're supposed to stick a picture or something that represents this person of someone who influenced your life in a negative way, and stick it on the page here. And then on the rest of the pages, you're supposed to make a collage with pretty paper and cutouts. Not really sure what that's about. It does say, you know, sometimes you need to let go of people, but sticking nice things around a person that's bringing negativity to your life, that doesn't necessarily remove that person. It just means you put nice papers around their head. I think I need to look at the bigger picture here. I have loved. So you just write or draw what you've loved. Who makes me happy? Don't forget to love yourself. This is probably just a quote. No instructions there. Make a list of the things you've learned about yourself by filling in this book. We're almost at the end, I think. In what way did you change since your first doodle in this book? Creative goals. What now? I think that's the ending. Yep, and this is just a little something about the author. That was it. I really hope you enjoyed seeing what this book is all about. Please let me know in the comments below if you've ever done any of these types of books, whether it's the Write This Journal or Create This Book or this one or another type that I don't know about. Please let me know. I would love to hear it, and I would love to find out whether you enjoyed doing it and if you finished it and how long it took you. So yeah, once I'm done filming and editing this video, I am going to start in this book, and maybe if you guys would be interested in seeing that, and if I think it's a good idea, I might show you some of the finished pages when they're done. But yeah, I guess that depends on how badly you would like to see it and how good of a job I do. Because I'm not very confident when it comes to my drawings and paintings and things like that, because I just never think it's good enough, you know, to show anyone. But maybe it's about time I get over that. So let me know if you would like to see that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!